Hi, folks. Welcome to, it is April the 8th already, 2018. I'm Chuck Shadduck. I'll be your host for this evening. And the question is just, what is this Bitcoin thing that we've going on? So any of the folks that do pop in, your microphone will be muted temporarily, and we're going to hold the questions till the end. Once again, my name is Chuck Shadduck. I'm from St. Joseph, Missouri, in the middle of the USA. And I'm here just to answer the question, just what is the Bitcoin? But to make it worthy, you really need to understand where we've come from. So let me share with you this short video, about 3 minutes, about where we're at in the digital revolution and where we started and how we got here. So let me pause myself, and I'll go ahead and hit this play button, and I'll be right back. Enjoy this.
Today, mankind stands at crossroads, and the path that humanity chooses may have a greater impact on our freedom and prosperity than any event in history. In 2008, a new technology was introduced that is so important that its destiny and the destiny of mankind are inextricably interlinked. It is so powerful that if captured and controlled, it could enslave all of humanity. But if allowed to remain free and flourish, it could foster unimaginable levels of peace and prosperity. It has the power to replace all financial systems globally, to supplant 90% of Wall Street, and to provide some functions of government. It has no agenda. It's always fair and impartial. It cannot be manipulated, subverted, corrupted, or cheated. And it inverts the power structure and places control of one's destiny in the hands of the individual. In the future, when we look back at the 2.6 million year timeline of human development and the major turning points that led to modern civilization, the creation of farming, the domestication of animals, the invention of the wheel, the harnessing of electricity, and the splitting of the atom, the 60-year development of computers, the internet, and this new technology will be looked upon as a single event, a turning point that will change the course of human history. It's called Full Consensus Distributed Ledger Technology, and so far, its major use has been for cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, but its potential goes far, far beyond that.
That, my friends, is just the beginning of the digital revolution. But the question I get the most from most folks around the world is just, what is this Bitcoin thing? So to keep it short, here is a short video. Enjoy.
What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is the first decentralized digital currency. Bitcoins are digital coins you can send through the internet. Compared to other alternatives, Bitcoins have a number of advantages. Bitcoins are transferred directly from person to person via the net, without going through a bank or clearinghouse. This means that the fees are much lower. You can use them in every country. Your account cannot be frozen, and there are no prerequisites or arbitrary limits. Let's look at how it works. Several currency exchanges exist where you can buy and sell Bitcoins for dollars, euros, and more. Your Bitcoins are kept in your digital wallet on your computer or mobile device. Sending Bitcoins is as simple as sending an email, and you can purchase anything with Bitcoin. The Bitcoin network is secured by individuals called miners. Miners are rewarded newly generated Bitcoins for verifying transactions. After transactions are verified, they are recorded in a transparent public ledger. Bitcoin opens up a whole new platform for innovation. The software is completely open source and anyone can review the code. Bitcoin is changing finance the same way the web changed publishing. When everyone has access to a global market, great ideas flourish. Bitcoins are a great way for businesses to minimize transaction fees. It doesn't cost anything to start accepting them, and it's easy to set up. There are no chargebacks, and you'll get additional business from the Bitcoin economy.
Here you go, ladies and gentlemen, just a little bit more about Bitcoin explained in about 3 minutes in different terms, but take a look. You'll enjoy this.
Bitcoin, explained simply. This is Matthew. He works with online payment, and his grandmother, Margaret, has just begun banking online. She's heard of Bitcoin, but doesn't know what it is. Matthew can explain. Everyone knows about money. We use cash or cards to buy things, either in shops or online. Bitcoin works in a similar way, but is a completely digital currency. It is created and stored electronically. The banks control Margaret's money, whereas it's the users themselves that control Bitcoin payments. Her money can be affected by inflation, but Bitcoin can't. By controlling production, they keep their value on quite a solid level. This makes it popular in countries with economic problems, as users can circumnavigate inflation and other issues. However, even small events, such as a bad press report, can have a drastic effect on Bitcoin price. So where could Margaret use Bitcoins? Certain companies and online retailers now accept it as payment. However, Bitcoin is still relatively unknown by businesses, as it's a developing network. The simple and largely anonymous nature of Bitcoins has also made it attractive to criminals in the black market. From Matthew's perspective, Bitcoin is an app on a computer or smartphone that works as an online wallet. It's easier to make payments than with conventional debit or credit cards. Just enter the recipient's address, the amount to pay, and press send. Margaret can send and receive money instantly anywhere in the world and at any time. Unlike credit cards, there are either no or only small fees because there is no bank to go through, and no personal or sensitive data is stored. Users each have their own address from which they can send and receive Bitcoins. A collection or block of these transactions is then added to the blockchain, Bitcoin's equivalent of a bank's ledger. Users that maintain this form of accounting are rewarded with new Bitcoins. This is known as mining. There is a fixed amount of Bitcoins, but over time, existing Bitcoins become divided to maintain a consistent value. Now that Matthew has explained Bitcoins, Margaret doesn't find online payment to be all that complicated anymore. Bitcoin appears to be a real alternative form for worldwide currency for the future.
This is true, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin is a currency of the future. We've got it here and now. Let's hear what some other folks are saying about it in the world today. Here's the latest from CNBC. Bitcoin will one day be worth 40 times its price it's at now. So check out this video. Be right back. Enjoy.
Taking Bitcoin in isolation of, putting all the other assets aside, we believe Bitcoin disrupts gold. We think it's a better gold if you look at the properties of money and what makes gold scarcity. Bitcoin's actually fixed in supply. It's better than scarce in gold. It's more portable. It's fungible. It's more durable. It sort of equals or better gold across the board. So if you look at $100 billion market cap today. Now, last week it might have been more like 200, but so it's actually a buying opportunity. We think that there's a potential appreciation of 30 to 40 times because you look at the gold market today, it's a $7 trillion market. And so a lot of people are starting to see that. They recognize the store of value properties. So we think regardless of the price moves in the last few weeks, it's still a very underappreciated asset.
And Bitcoin's just the first cut. And if Bitcoin's a better gold, imagine your financial system with only gold as an asset class. That's how sort of early in the beginning of this is. There's going to be a menu of many cryptocurrencies, and they're going to rethink the entire internet and how we sort of view it. You could never buy a piece of the internet back in the 90s. You couldn't buy the protocols. You could invest in a VC firm on Sand Hill Road that had to pick Amazon versus Pets.com. So you had to get lucky. You had to be very privileged and get lucky many times to get it. Now you can just buy a piece of the protocol. So buying Bitcoin is like a call option on the entire Bitcoin ecosystem. A Bitcoin company will not work out before Bitcoin works out itself first. So the ultimate Bitcoin bet is Bitcoin, or the ultimate Ethereum bet is Ether. And you're basically buying a piece of the racetrack. And you're not picking, Seabiscuit. Doesn't matter who wins as long as the races are running. you're a part of it. And that's the beauty here. And usually the retail investors come in at the end. You know, they get dumped this stuff post-IPO, 10 years after a company was founded. Now retail has been the ones who have been there first. And actually Wall Street is completely asleep at the wheel and late to the game. Silicon Valley has actually completely missed it too. People in Silicon Valley and the companies have maybe personally got it. Some VCs have personally invested in coins, but they structurally were unable to invest, had to invest in C Corps. And so buying gold or buying Bitcoin is not something they do, but the partners were investing their own money. And Silicon Valley very much missed cryptocurrency because they want to miss it. It's not good for the centralized application layer, the FANG companies that sit on top of the internet. Cryptocurrencies actually decentralize that, pull it all down to the layer below, the protocol layer, and the value actually accrues to the people who buy into and use and build the network. Not one company, there's not a headquarters of Bitcoin or Ethereum. These are networks that are centralized and owned by, in a very democratic way, the users of them.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.